Very unfortunate incident there of Princess Julie. Now in studio we have Mufida Said. Mufida is a life management coach and also an emotional intelligence expert. Mufida, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Kindly tell me what a life management coach, because the first time I heard that word I was like, can life really be managed?
Yes, thank you very much. Quite an interesting question. Can we manage and coach our lives? I don't know if you've heard of the notion where you can see a child who behaves as an adult, yet an adult who behaves as a child. And the things that separate us from each other, our experiences, the way we internalize things and certain things as that. So as a life coach, we help others view life, we can say in a more positive manner, but what we do is give skills, attitudes and knowledge that would help a person develop a more positive outlook towards their lives.
And what does it entail? What are the, you were telling me about it has several, categories?
Yes, emotional intelligence has separate, different categories that we look into and we target. So initially, self-awareness is what we usually preach to teach a person to become a better person.
Yes.
Because without knowing what you have, you cannot manage it. So emotional intelligence and life coaching is really all about emotions and understanding a person's feelings and persona. But more importantly is you driving it, being the manager of these emotions.
Yes.
So we have 4 quadrants in intelligence, emotional intelligence. The first one being self-awareness. And these would be things like, understanding that we do go through anger, sadness, happiness, excitement, and all these things. And then the second quadrant is managing it.
Yes.
Rather than having the emotion manage you, you actually learn how to manage it. So it's learning strategies that would help you with anger management, depression. Sometimes it doesn't even necessarily have to be negative. It could be positive things where you've got aspirations, you've got dreams.
Yes.
And as a life coach, we can help you take it further ahead.
Yes.
The third quadrant is around social awareness, where empathy comes in, understanding other people's emotions, understanding and reading, being able to read each other's cues. And the very fourth one is relationship management. So once we've learned how to manage our own, understood our own emotions, we learn how to manage them. In turn, we learn how to be empathetic with others, because now we know how to feel. So we know how you feel as a person going through pains or whatever other emotion. And then in the end, it creates a really much better relationship between people.
How do you teach someone to manage their emotions? Like this person who's like an angry person, how do you go about it?
So with every emotion, there's usually an underlying reason why certain things are happening. So we do a lot of questioning. We ask people, for example, if you're going through anger, I'd say, what is the reason behind it? Or what is it that you want to get from this anger? You're angry at your mother, you're angry at your teacher, you're angry at your student, you're angry at your child. What is needed? What is it that you really want from this anger? A lot of times we find that people are reacting to anger and allowing the emotion to drive them, and in the end there isn't really a good outcome out of it.
Yes.
However, if we were to think about, I'm angry because my child is crying, how can I support this child not to cry, rather than to make it even worse and escalate the whole situation?
Yes.
Which happens a lot in the houses which are not emotionally intelligent, where the child would be spanked, yelled at. So instead of creating harmony and bettering the situation, we're actually making it worse.
Relationship management. How do we do that?
Relationship management, again, is about understanding the underlying needs. So if I have my needs met because I understand them, for instance, I need some time with my husband or I need time with my father, but I'm not able to speak it out, then I'm going to be having problems within myself. But once I've assessed it and I know where the problem is, I can then manage it. For instance, I would ask for, can I have a 5-minute, time with you? Can I give you a call? You look for ways to manage that emotion. In turn, we understand each other better, because once we're in touch with our own emotions, we can then, understand other people's emotions. And with all that whole, the whole quadrant coming together, we end up having better relationships in our homes, in our workplaces, in our offices, in our hospitals, in our news anchors, like yourself, quite emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
So this is what emotional intelligence is. it works at a macro level and at a very micro level as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Mufida Said will be coming back on KTN News, the second part of our bulletin. Time now for a short break, but I will be back with more news. Welcome back. To sports now. Gor Mahia will seek to build up on their 2-0 midweek win over Ushuru this weekend as they host City Stars in one of the KPL matches scheduled for the weekend. Elsewhere, KCB will be seeking to bounce back from last week's 6-1 loss to Kogalo as they host Tusker. Robinson Okenye paid the bankers a visit and files this story.
KCB Football Club have not had the easiest of runs in the Kenya Premier League this season. Last season, the Bankers finished the league on the 14th position with 29 points, surviving relegation by a whisker. KCB, however, seemed to be flirting with relegation. Currently lying 13th on the Kenya Premier League, the Bankers suffered their biggest loss this season in the Kenya Premier League, losing to Kogalo on a 6-1 margin. The Bankers are, however, determined to move on from that loss from the next match against Tusker.
Tungewin few matches kama game mbili zilizopita, tungekuwa tumepanda juu kidogo. Lakini it's not too late kwa sababu tuko na bado matches kwa nini yetu. So if we win 2 matches tutakuwa namba poa.
Definitely tunaweza penda outcome ikuwe positive na everything ile tunadu tuna look forward kupata win despite challenge zile tuko nazo. Tunangoja Sunday to fry outcome.
The Bankers are hoping the attacks led by Paul Kiongera, who has been in fine form, will prosper in the remaining games as they seek to achieve their top 10 target.
Imekuwa challenging sana kwa sababu saizi top 8 position tukitoka pale chini ndio tunaweza enda ku challenge for the top 8, lakini first priority lazima tuweze kutoka pale chini.
Kwa hapo chini mali tuko, but efforts za kila mtu ziko geared up kwa kupata results poa, but tuna hope the next matches everything it turn out positive.
In other weekend fixtures, on Saturday, Thika United host Bandari, while Muhoroni Youth take on Western Stima. League leaders Gor Mahia will be seeking to extend their unbeaten run as they play City Stars. On Sunday, Mathare United host Ushuru, while Sony Sugar will be away to Chemelil.
As for KCB, the Bankers are hoping to put behind their 6-1 loss to Gor Mahia last week as they seek to finish on a better position in the league. Robinson Okenye, KTN Sports.
Now, Philip Koech won the 5th edition of Safaricom Kisii Half Marathon today in a time of 1 hour and 2:54 minutes, where more than 400 athletes participated in the 21-kilometer race. In the ladies' tie, 2010 10,000-meter Commonwealth champion Grace Mumanyi emerged victorious.
The 5th edition of the Safaricom Half Marathon hosted athletes from North Central Rift who met in Nandi, Nyamira, Eldoret, Iten, Kisii, Kilgoris and Transmara regions. It was not an easy affair that saw Philip Koech, who came fourth in the last year's edition of Kisii Half Marathon, finished first at the time of 1 hour, 2.54 seconds. Nicholas Kipkemboi finished second in a time of 1 hour, 3 minutes and 3 seconds, while Daniel Kiprotich came in third at a time of 1 hour, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. In the women's category, Grace Mumanyi, the 2010 Commonwealth champion in the 10,000 meters category, took the lead with a time of 1 hour, 14 seconds. She was followed by Alice Ser in a time of 1 hour, 14.39 seconds. Lena Cherotich was third in a time of 1 hour, 15.17 seconds.
Leo sikuwa natarajia kuja kushinda, kuja tu kujaribu. Sasa wakati nilikuwa nimeana niko mbele nikasema kwa sababu taningangane mpaka mwisho.
Race yenyewe imekuwa na changamoto za milima, lakini nashukuru Mungu kwa sababu ni nyumbani, nimekuwa nikitrainia hapo awali hapa. Nashukuru Mungu kunifanya mshindi.
After Kisii Half Marathon, Safaricom Athletics Series will head to Mombasa International Marathon, Dalatga Cross Country, Madoka Marathon, Taglerorupe Marathon, Kasi International Marathon, Imenti South Road Race before winding up the series at Kisumu Town Marathon.
Well, that's it on the weekend at 1 on KTN Home. But join me shortly on KTN News, where we'll be continuing our discussion with life management coach Mufida Said to tell us how to deal with unruly children.